Arriving in Oregon has been a great challenge for us, but it's safe to say we finally got here unscathed. All the way from Washington, now we are at our final facility. Here in Oregon, we are experimenting with a new hybrid dinosaur that we've been working on for a very long time now, and we hope that you were able to enjoy it as much as we have enjoyed creating it. You see, this hybrid is nothing like what we've made before in the past. Thanks to our amazing scientists in the labs, this creature is something we have never seen before. Let me introduce you to the one we have dubbed Scorpios Rex. Now, as it always comes with when creating a new asset, we have no idea what the behaviour responses are like with this Scorpios Rex. We are tranquilizing it and enclosing it in a suitable enclosure where it will be monitored to see how it behaves to other assets. We are sending a transport team to deliver it into its new enclosure where it will be monitored by our staff. Whilst being contained in the hatchery, we noticed that it behaved highly aggressively towards our staff. We will be delivering a Sinoceratops into the enclosure to see how it reacts with it. Just like the Scorpios Rex asset, we will be tranquilizing and transporting this Sinoceratops into the same enclosure to see how it reacts with our new asset Predator. After the Scorpios Rex finished eating a goat, you can see it here trying to antagonise the Sinoceratops by roaring at it. The Sinoceratops starts to turn and takes the Scorpios Rex's offer up on a battle to the death. They start to weigh each other up by turning in small circles, slowly, until the Scorpios Rex manages to take the first hit on the Sinoceratops, hitting it with its tail and poisoning it with its poisonous quills. The Sinoceratops looks weak and tries to attack the Scorpios Rex, but however, the Scorpios Rex takes it down with one bite and now sits next to its corpse. This small battle shows how strong our new asset, the Scorpios Rex, really is. And as this fight was only short, we will be weighing up the Scorpios Rex against more assets that are larger than it to see how it can fight against them and if it can survive. However, over these months the Scorpios Rex is not the only asset we've been working on. Due to genetic modification in these amber mines we have found in Dolomites, Italy, we have been able to create far more explicit assets from the Cretaceous, Jurassic and Triassic era. One of these is a very large pterosaur, one we will reveal to you very soon. This new pterosaur we have been working on is called the Quetzalcoatlus. Normally it will be the size of a giraffe, but the one that we have been bioengineering is far greater in size than that. We can see our Quetzalcoatlus here, landing and sitting on a porch we created for it. Our Quetzalcoatlus is extremely powerful and could take on a Parasaurolophus if it wished to do. The Department of Fish and Wildlife is allowing us to create these beautiful assets from the past as long as we keep them in their enclosures. with their suitable needs and not release them into the wild. While it will be amazing to let our Quetzalcoatlus roam freely in our Oregon facility, we simply do not have the right needs to protect it from any poachers that may come round and kill it. Our new amber mine has not only allowed us to create our Quetzalcoatlus, but a new asset, one that is not a dinosaur. This is called the Dimetrodon. Genetic modification has allowed us to bring back these extraordinary creatures from the past into the future. We can see them here displaying characteristics of loyalty, as one sleeps and the other one places its head on top of the other. And seeing as our genetic modification has gotten better, we will now be placing a Scorpios Rex against the genetically modified, accurate, feathered Tyrannosaurus Rex. No longer having to fill in the genetic code of our dinosaurs with frog DNA, we are able to create 100% pure dinosaurs, ones that may have even been feathered. And since we are placing this pure T-Rex against our Scorpios Rex asset, we'll be tranquilizing it and transporting it into the asset's enclosure. And as soon as the T-Rex is delivered, the Scorpios Rex wastes no time and begins whipping the T-Rex with its poisonous quills, making the T-Rex flee the scene instantly without even getting a bite on the Scorpios Rex. And only a few moments later, the Scorpios Rex roars to the T-Rex for it to return so it can finish what it started and kill the T-Rex. It bites its neck and twists it before pushing it over, twisting its entire corpse. It seems that we might finally know what the behaviour on this asset is like, as its blood red eye shows no mercy for these dinosaurs. And because we were able to create a feathered T-Rex, now we are able to bring back dinosaurs such as the Pyroraptor into the future, like the T-Rex. Since we have seen velociraptors be able to pack hunt things like the T-Rex, we are now transporting these Pyroraptors into the Scorpios Rex asset enclosure to see if they are able to pack hunt the Scorpios Rex asset. And only a few minutes after being transported into the enclosure, they start attacking the Scorpios Rex by jumping on it at different parts of its body. However, this Scorpios Rex shows its power by just shaking them off, and it is not fazed by them at all. Even though it's not fazed by them, it still doesn't mean it doesn't like being attacked by them. As it shows here, it attacked the Scorpios Rex asset again, Only this time, they weaken it, and weaken it to the point where it could die from blood loss or eternal bleeding. They keep latching on, with the Scorpios Rex not being able to get them off. But as it finally does, it lays down in what could be its final moments. And slowly, the Scorpios Rex loses blood and finally succumbs to its wounds caused by the Pyroraptor's attacks, and finally dies from their attacks. And although I said this was our final location, the Department of Fish and Wildlife and us have both been invited to an old rival company's secret facility for these dinosaurs, and this company is Biosyn Genetics.